Alrighty, we'll call this meeting to order at 1900 hours. Adjust agenda. Adopt the agenda as presented. Approve meeting minutes from previous meeting. Any questions, comments?
No. I'll move we approve the August 14th, 2023 regular board meeting minutes.
All right, all in favor of that motion?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Comments, open public comments related to the agenda? No? All right, district staff and work groups, comments? Old business. Old business, informational items, accounts payable, any questions, comments, concerns?
I'll just say that we're missing those big resolutions, so we weren't able to get the other one, so they'll be in October. October's will be close, so you might get to there. If you don't get to there, it'll be October's, November's, and November. So one of the next meetings, we'll have both sets and get copies.
Thank you. All right. New business, historic accounts report.
Get to that. That's that. So she finished all of her stuff, and basically the reporting was the county does two different reports for our revenue. One is the actual revenue, and one has some predicted revenue in. And 2 or 3 years, the wrong one got used, but inflated the revenues, which was that 40,000 difference. So she's found that, confirmed all that, made all the adjustments with the auditor's office. They're working on fixing Springbrook, so that'll all be done. And then the next phase is she's going to kind of give us some best practices on how to do things better and more efficient. She's already given us some stuff that will streamline how we do things. And so that will be coming back to you with recommendations to maybe combine funds or do something differently, some policy changes. And so those will be coming over the next couple of months.
When you mentioned all revenue, what does the all cover?
Well, so
Yeah.
all of our tax revenue from the county.
Okay, I know
Yeah.
that, but what about some of the other stuff, like the grants and things?
No, so only the tax rate. So the county collects like 4 or 5 different taxes.
Okay.
The state tax, I can't remember the state, the utility tax, the timber tax, obviously the general fund tax, the EMS tax, some personal property tax. There's a few other random things, but there's the one report, but there's 2 blocks. One has what they actually collected, because that's the one you're supposed to use. And then they have another block that has what they think they might collect added in there, and that was used wrong. That block was used twice.
So how is it, the other stuff isn't classified as revenue, it's classified as income?
No. It's what
I mean the grants and all those things?
It's just, it comes from different, it's still income, but it doesn't come through the county. So like if we get a grant from the federal government, it comes straight from the federal government to us. Our GM thing comes straight from the federal government.
Right.
So this was the county's report to us about the tax collections, not any of the other stuff.
Okay.
And then we took their number and put it in our system, but we put the wrong number in the system.
Okay. All right. Any other questions on that?
And it looks like we're going to be like half or maybe a little over half budget too. So she's done very, very well.
Okay, that's great. All right, transport waivers. Did everybody get the opportunity to look through those?
I'll move that we approve the transport waiver as presented here with 100% reduction.
All right. All in favor of that motion?
Aye.
Motion passed. Large warrants, new ventures.
Yes, this is for the, was for our original real estate agent, and we've negotiated down from their contractual 5% because we moved and we went to more of a finder's fee of about 1.5%. And so this will be that. We put it at this meeting because we when I made the packet, we thought we were going to close the end of September. Just sent you something, closing got moved to the end of October, but we can just approve it now and it'll sit there until closing happens.
I'll make a motion to approve the warrant batch from September 5th as presented for New Ventures in the amount of $94,524.40.
All in favor of that motion? Aye. Motion passed. Chief's report.
Start, Jason?
Yeah, got any questions on what I presented? I had one section under staffing. I noticed today when I reviewed it, I didn't fill in. So what I wanted to report to you guys is since the last meeting, our members responded over to a couple of wildland mobilizations. So we had a tender gone for 17 days with 2 members on it. Brush 42 went to the Oregon Road Fire for 17 days. During that same time period, we had roughly 10% of our workforce out on modified duty and had 2 officers gone to a training conference. And through all that, our employees stepped up and were able to cover all the station staffing, even with all those challenges. And so I commend them for stepping up and backfilling and covering, especially in the middle of summer vacation. So we were able to staff our stations because members were willing to come in. The other part of my chief's report I'd like to add is we were notified last week. We had submitted for an ARPA grant through the county for a burn building at RLB. County notified us last week that there was 8 applicants. 2 were awarded. We unfortunately were not one of them. Sky Valley and North County got awarded some money. We didn't make the list, so missed out on that grant. I'll try to do better.
Thanks for trying.
Yeah, and then any questions on the information I presented?
Any questions about what I submitted in writing? Well, I am happy to report that we received the state L&I grant money, went into our account, and yesterday MS O'Neill Bromley and I were able to order the Lucas device. So we got about a 4-week shipping time, and we should see that, do a little bit of training, and then our plan is to put that in service out at Station 42. So we'll have one located here at Station 43 and one on the apparatus at Station 42 for our crews.
So there's already one? This is
Yes.
for a second?
Yes.
Does it have a policy about it, or is it like when, not like a full policy, but when is it used? Just
You have
curious.
a protocol.
Yeah.
Yes, so CPR, high-performance CPR happens on scene. If the patient is deemed viable to transport, then that's when the Lucas device will come into play. That'll be installed on the patient. Patient will be put into the transport unit, and rather than have our people in that moving ambulance doing chest compressions, they'll deploy the Lucas device as needed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was wondering, under your public outreach, the 3rd bullet point there, you just mentioned high school. I was wondering which high school that was.
The Nick of Time event this year is going to be at Snohomish High School.
Okay.
But it is actually for students from all over the region. They're the host. BC Witherell is going to be our lead on that this year. And they just recently had one where they actually had to take a student out and found a problem. So some life-saving efforts there because of this event, the Nick of Time event, with these sudden deaths with high school students where nobody knew that they had a problem until the problem occurred, and then they were not savable. So this is a really neat program. We get to be the host high school here at Snohomish this year. And then we'll be involved with BC Witherell and other crew members down assisting. The only other thing I had was September is Suicide Prevention Month. There's a big push for the 988 Suicide Prevention Hotline for people that are considering suicide. And recent numbers showed that the highest number of suicides in the United States right now are people over the age of 65 years old, which was new to me. And I'm just getting to this because Snohomish is going to host, Snohomish County is going to host a suicide walk on the 30th. And our lead chaplain, Chaplain Jeff Andrist, is sponsoring or hosting a major national conference on suicide prevention and suicide awareness. So that's going to be coming up on September 26th here in Snohomish as well.
Where's he hosting it at?
They're still looking for a venue. They have about 8 to choose from. He met with me today, so it'll be somewhere right here in town. And I said, you better get advertising it on where it's at. But as usual, our chaplain group is involved, just more than support officer and chaplain work. They're out there beating the drum, especially for suicide prevention, elderly and youth, and suicide awareness. That's what I have.
So any questions about Chief Raiders? Pretty short there. Get more information to you next month. Then mine, you can see, got a lot of different pieces going with both properties, so that's spending a lot of time on those two, making sure everything is going the way it should be. We attended a safety conference, so we'll be getting some updates out to the crews in the next month or two on some information we used or learned there. Labor management, we've been meeting quite a bit lately on a couple issues, and that's going well. And then I've sent all of the commissioners how we are going to go back out and just do a quick thank you to all the groups we spoke to, so you're more than welcome to come to any of those. That's all I have, unless you have any questions.
I was wondering, before you reported about, we were going to do some mediation on the paydays. Mm-hmm. Is that still going on?
The first meeting is after September 22nd.
Oh, okay.
So it's still going on, and there's no new information.
Okay.
All right, any other questions? No? All right. All right, Commissioner comments?
Yeah, I'll just restate, thank you. I felt supported by District 4 when I was deployed to Maui last month. And that was meaningful to me, so thank you.
Thank you.
I know that we had some important business to attend to last meeting, and it was handled, and so thank you for your support.
Yeah, I had something.
Oh.
Yesterday's Herald, I don't know if any of you saw that or get that, but there was an article in there about wildfire crews and respirators and things like that in there. And I guess that's been an issue for quite a few years, out on wildfires, and I was just thinking that for some of our people, that might be a new experience, being out there and doing that. And I don't know if we have a review when they come back and ask them questions or any of that kind of stuff, but that might be something good to consider, particularly the folks that are rather new going out there. And if somebody was out there for 17 days out in the smoke, there may be some issues. And there's a number of issues that were listed here that could be an issue for firefighters down the road, mainly because there's no apparatus really that's workable for the smoke and the other junk that's in the air, But one of the things I noticed in here, I don't remember which side it was, but they're testing out some equipment. And I was wondering if maybe we could get involved in testing out some of that equipment, I don't know how that happens, but I was just thinking, that different people in different parts of the country testing it out might be better than just in one particular locale. And that might be beneficial for the people around our area here. And we're probably going to get more of that as, people are moving out in the trees right around here, And so our people are probably going to be out in potentially more of that issue here on the west side of the Cascades as well. So, if you have, maybe you can find it and send that out. I mean, you're a good finder of that. I usually read the paper about a day late.
Well, ours
So
has
anyway,
been 3 and 4 days late.
well, anyway, so, but I just thought that was a really interesting article that was in there, and I don't know if any of our people had any issues with that, you know, after being gone for that long or anything like that, you know, but.
I got to sit down with Lieutenant Bartleheimer when he came back, and I have not, Lieutenant Jacobson was the officer on tender 43, and I have not, he hasn't come back yet to shift. But my plan is to sit down with him, and we try to do that with the crews as they come back, get their experience, talk about the fire, our equipment, all of that. So I will do that with him as well.
Well, that's good. I think if we have a good kind of record of that, that's helpful too, you know, as we move forward and get more involved in that type of stuff. Now, when we do send, we keep one tender back here, right?
We only have 1 tender, so we send,
Oh,
we have 2 brush trucks.
2 brush, okay, and 1 tender.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So do we keep anything back?
Well, we only send 1
One,
tender and
right.
one of the 2 brush trucks.
Okay, because I would hope we have something here, and I know we do. But, okay, that's good. That's what I had.
Awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to say thank you for your guys' hard work. I know it's a busy time of the year, trying to keep everybody station staffed, so
Thank you.
thank you. All right. Then we will adjourn this meeting, if no more commissioner comments, at 19:17. So fast.